Hello and welcome back. Today we're looking at the Ekaterina boss in Tower of Arrogance on normal mode. This boss can be a bit tricky, mainly a bit harder on normal than it is on hard mode because you only have 4 people. But the biggest issue with her is that she summons these ponies and the ponies remove debuffs from her. And then the boss can heal herself really highly. So even though we're going to try and heal block her, sometimes those ponies will remove the heal block and she still gets to heal herself. So this tactic can be a little bit RNG, but I've had quite a lot of success using this team and it is free to play friendly. So let's get into it. To start off we've got... Oh, don't click on her. To start off we've got Freya. As speed lead. Don't worry about her runes, but she has got decent speed and should be a bit slower than everyone else, but she has got her cooldown reductions on her skills. Then we've got... I've done it again, I'm really good at this. Then we've got Thea. She will just attack the boss to create stacks of dots on herself, and then her A2 transfers all debuffs from herself to the enemy. Then we've got Charlotte, who is your 4-star crafted hero. She should be your first craft, and all of her moves, because of her passive, have a chance to apply heal block, and that's what makes her so good on this boss. She also has some other debuffs that she will put on there. Reduced speed is very handy, break attack is very handy as well, but mainly she's just there to try and get that heal block down. Alternatives, if you've got Ingwe, he absolutely is brilliant for this, but because it's a free to play guide I'm not going to talk about Ingwe. And then we've got Lucifer, who is... oh god, I'm so good at that. Long click. Lucifer is our melee ranged dot dealer. He does have a ranged dot as well, which does an AoE effect, so that can be very useful for getting some of the ponies a bit down as well. And he does have a stun, but he's here mainly just because he's a melee ranged dotter, and he is green affinity, so he will not be targeted by Ekaterina. Ekaterina is only going to target Freya because of elemental. Well, all the rest have advantage over her, whereas although she doesn't have disadvantage, she will be targeted because she doesn't have advantage. Anyway, let's get into the fight and show you what it's all about. Okay then, so to start with we're going to get our dotters on the sides, Charlotte up the back and Freya in the middle. Come in, try and get some debuffs down straight away. Unfortunately it didn't land. Let's get her down here and start building up those dots on herself. And we've managed to land some continuous damage there. The boss's first turn is going to be to summon ponies. Her second turn is going to speed buff everyone, I believe. And then her third turn is when she's going to attack Freya. So we don't need to do invincibility until the boss's third turn. Let's try and block buffs. Didn't work. Another stack on herself. You can come in here and start doing that. Basic attack, maybe get a speed buff on everyone. Didn't work. As you can see, heal buff has been removed and the boss has healed herself. So that's the worst case scenario there. Oh, we didn't land the dots. That could be devastating for this attempt. And our pony has attacked Charlotte, which shouldn't happen. It absolutely should not happen because of the elements. Right, the boss's next turn she is going to attack Freya, so we'll put invincibility down. Let's try and get the debuffs on there. Nice, we've got everything on there this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the AoE dot and then the AoE dot, and that should hopefully take care of some ponies in the long run because the boss will be summoning more very soon. As you can see, we're all stacked up here, and the boss is going to take another turn, so what I'm going to do is actually transfer those dots now rather than building up another stack. I'm going to move him back in place and just do some splash damage there. Here we go, more ponies. Let's try and get another hill block on. Unfortunately, we didn't get the hill block. Build up more dots. Oh, he had a provoke on him. That's the first time I've actually seen that happen. And the boss did get heals off, so that's not looking good for us. Not looking good for us at all. Unfortunately, the RNG of Charlotte not landing that hill block totally screwed us there. Going to build up another stack because order's not quite lost yet. I'm not just going to give up yet. They have speed buffs on them, so the boss is going to attack Freya next turn. So let's put that down. We've got block buffs down, that's really good. We're going to land these debuffs. I'm going to move... He's going to die soon, but I'm going to move him across here. Just so he does splash damage to one of the ponies. Big dots. It really sucks when we don't get our heal block landed on the boss. We're always fighting this. This is worst case scenario. Unfortunately, I get the feeling we might not make it on this turn. On this attempt. I've got my AoE one back. Let's put that down. Yeah, Freya's now gone, so it's not looking good. So we have a heal block. We have got some dots to put down, so we could still scrape through. Let's see if she dies on this turn. We did it! Fantastic. So at least we got a worst case scenario there for you. Okay, let's go into a bit more depth with our heroes and also talk about alternatives. Freya, as always, yours does not need to be as high level as this, but it is going to help because the ponies are going to target her. So the tankier she is, the better, the more likely you are to make it through this. She's only put an invincibility on herself, so the speed doesn't really matter. And that's about it. You know, she's skilled up to the point where she has cooldown reductions. I've got Earthquake runes on her. It really doesn't matter what runes you've got on her for this fight. Next we have Thea. You could potentially do this with a brand new Thea as long as she's awoken. Her awakening skill heals her a bit. Well, maybe you don't even need to have her awoken, I don't think. She's just here to put these dots on herself and then transfer them over to the boss, so that's all she's there for. She's very good. Next we have... Well, I should tell you about the runes, shouldn't I? Let's tell you about the runes. Speed, accuracy and tankiness as always when you've got a dotter. If I was going to build her higher than this, I would probably move on to attack, but I'm never going to take her past 5-star, I don't think. Have no real need to. Charlotte, our crafted champion. We'll go straight to her runes and show that once again she's an accuracy, speed and some tankiness. She does need to be awoken so that she has the passive heal block on all moves. And I have had a few dupes to, well, just one dupe. I had to craft an extra one because with Season 2 they added a quest where you had to craft, and I'd already crafted everything, so I had to craft an extra one of her just to get past that quest. There's nothing else really to say about her. You've seen her in the fight. She's free to play because she's craftable. And then where's Lucifer? I always miss him. Come on, where are you? Why can't I see him? My God, there he is. It's because he's got red hair and he's next to the fire people. I always miss him. Can you guess what runes he's got? Speed, accuracy, tankiness. I put him in melee range because I put him behind the boss to stop the boss from moving backwards. She will get surrounded by ponies anyway, but if you put him directly behind her, it helps keep the boss in place, rather than, because sometimes she can back off and it can be a bit awkward. But all of his moves, his passive doesn't need to be awoken because you need his passive. All of his moves can put continuous damage down. And as I say, this A3 has quite a good AoE footprint, so that's very good for putting AoE dots down as well. And that's it for the group. I didn't use this team to kill this boss. I actually used Ingwe. Ingwe he's just great. You know, he tanks everything. He sends back the debuffs on himself. He passively takes out all the ads because he's got lots of AoE, and his A2 has heal block on it, so he's extremely useful. I used Ingwe, and then I think I just nuked down the boss with AoEers. I think Media Esperanza, and knowing me, I probably put Laxmian. I might have even done Apophis with his attack buff. But yeah, I just went in there with Ingwe, heal blocked, and nuked the boss down with heavy AoE damages. But if you're newer to the game and you're free to play, you're not going to have all these high-end heroes, so that's why this guide's here, just to help anyone get past this boss. Anyway, until next time, I'll see you in game.